Hey everyone, I'm Laura Campbell, the Director of Health and Fitness at Anytime Fitness in Easley and Greenville, South Carolina. Today we're going to talk about cholesterol. So if you have high cholesterol, if you're taking medication for it, if you're borderline high and your doctor wants you to take it, if you have a loved one in that situation, and then this is going to help you out a lot. If you're out there, send me drop a hi in the comments or give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're there. I do a lot of fitness consultations at the gym, and I would say 75% of the people I see, if not more, are either on cholesterol medication or have high cholesterol or their cholesterol is getting high enough that their doctor's talking about medication. So this is pretty much an epidemic, I think, of all the people that are on the medication or are about to get on it. And I know for diabetics, a lot of times doctors will recommend that you guys get on a cholesterol medication. And the reason for that is that heart disease is a risk factor of diabetes, and so a lot of times doctors are trying to prevent that, so they do encourage their patients to get on cholesterol medication. My husband's one of those people. He has a very healthy cholesterol, he has a very healthy lifestyle, healthy diet, and his doctor says every time he goes in, asks him to, if he'll consider taking it, and he has declined doing that so far. In his situation, I think that's the best thing, but obviously you want to pay attention to what your doctor is telling you. But if you are taking cholesterol medication, it's important to know whether or not it's a statin. So a lot of them are statins, some of them are not. If you're not sure if you're taking a statin or not, you can Google it, or you can ask your doctor if you're taking a statin. I did have one client. He was not a diabetic, but he had gone to his doctor, and his doctor said his cholesterol was high and he wanted to put him on medication. So I encouraged him to have a conversation with his doctor about whether he could try to make some changes first before he took that step. And the doctor agreed to give him 3 months to change his diet and exercise to get the cholesterol down. And so I worked with him to do that, and he was able to get it down and stay off the medication, which was a great thing. So don't, if your doctor wants you to take the medication, I wouldn't just say no. I would definitely have a good conversation with him about it to see if it really is essential for you. But if it is a statin, what you need to know about that is it will deplete your supply of CoQ10. So what is CoQ10? It's an enzyme. It's something in your body that your body naturally makes, and you need this to repair muscles, to repair cells. So when you have damaged cells, which we all do, the CoQ10 helps repair them. It affects your metabolism and it affects your muscle strength. So if you have symptoms of fatigue, muscle aches, muscle atrophy, any of those things, you're taking a statin, you definitely want to talk to your doctor about the CoQ10. It's just like a vitamin you can buy over the counter, but you do want to check with your doctor to see if that's something that you need. Most likely it is, but in certain situations, like if you're on chemotherapy, have thyroid issues, blood thinners, sometimes they may not want you to take that, so it's important to check with your doctor, but in most cases it's going to be safe and it's going to be very beneficial. Whenever you take medication, for example, cholesterol medication, you're fixing something. But when medications are designed to fix one thing, but when you fix that one thing, it tends to do other things that we don't like. And in this case, depleting the CoQ10, which can cause all kinds of muscle aches, muscle atrophy, those kinds of things. A few years ago, my neighbor was talking about how he was on cholesterol medication and he just stopped taking it because he got to where he couldn't even walk. This is before I really realized what was going on. But in his case, most likely he had depleted his CoQ10 and he wasn't getting enough, and then that caused his muscles to atrophy so much that he couldn't even walk. I get frustrated that doctors don't tell their patients that they need CoQ10 if they're on cholesterol medications, and I know you guys who are on it get frustrated with your doctors as well. But in their defense, they're not nutritionists. That's not their area of expertise. They see that your cholesterol is high. They give you cholesterol medication. They've done their job. Bada boom, bada bing. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but I know here in South Carolina, and it probably is nationwide, doctors, unless you're going to a concierge doctor, doctors have a quota of how many patients they need to see in a day. So they don't have a lot of time with patients to explain things. But if you do mention it to your doctor, start the conversation, insist that you talk about this, because it can cause so many problems. I had few weeks ago, I did consultations I had some every day, 5 days in a row, every single day. I had somebody that came in on CoQ10, on cholesterol medication that knew nothing about CoQ10. One guy had been up for 20 years. And he said about a week and a half after getting on the CoQ10, a lot of his muscle aches and pains disappeared. So it is a very big deal. So again, you don't want to stop taking medications without doctor's approval or add in things without their approval, but definitely it's something you want to have a conversation with your doctors about. Something else to keep in mind, which can be great, CoQ10 can lower your blood sugar and can lower your blood pressure, which a lot of you guys, you have issues with it anyway, so it's going to be a good thing. But it's very important when you start taking this to monitor that, because we don't want your blood pressure or your blood sugar dropping out. So, when you start taking CoQ10, make sure you're checking your blood pressure and your blood sugar regularly to see how it affects you. It may or may not affect you. As you heard me say before, every diabetic is so different on what affects them. So, if you're going to take the CoQ10, just make sure you monitor that very closely until you learn how your body handles it. So whether you're taking medication for cholesterol, your doctor recommended it, or you find yours creeping up, it's important to look at how you can naturally bring it down. So first thing is exercise. It's recommended, 5 days a week, 30 minutes, something like that. So getting some exercise, get out, take some walks, join a gym, take a virtual class, ride your bike, play with your kids or your grandkids. Just get some activity in every day, and that's going to help bring the cholesterol down. The other thing that will help with reducing your cholesterol is reducing your saturated fats. So saturated fats are found in things like meat and full-fat dairy. So those things are fine to have. Just watch the amount that you're having. And you want to eliminate trans fats. So trans fats are what's found in like processed food, like cookies, crackers, ice cream, margarine, that kind of thing. A lot of people in the old school thought that, like cholesterol in food raised your cholesterol. And so, there was a whole debate, eat the eggs, don't eat the eggs, eat the eggs, don't eat the eggs. So we're back on eat the eggs. So the cholesterol in food does not necessarily relate to your cholesterol. It's more the fats, the saturated fats, those kind of things that have a direct correspondence to what your cholesterol is. Now, eggs do have some saturated fat. Egg whites don't have any saturated fat, but it's not the cholesterol in the food that's raising your cholesterol. It's the saturated fats, the trans fats, lack of exercise, those kind of things. Things to add in are omega-3 fatty acids, so things like fish, walnuts, flaxseed, chia seeds, all those things are great with omega-3s. I don't like fish, so you could take a fish oil or krill oil. I take the krill oil because it's small and I don't like fish and I want to burp up fish. So it's like a little red capsule. My cholesterol naturally is on the high end of normal. I eat right, exercise, but it's on the high end of normal. So I started taking the krill oil a couple years ago, and within a few months, my cholesterol was down 30 or 40 points. So now I have a very healthy cholesterol, and the only change I made was adding in the krill oil. Other things you can do is add in some more soluble fibers like oatmeal, fruits, vegetables, beans, those kind of things. Anything with fiber is going to help you out. Quit smoking, lose weight. If you're going to drink alcohol in moderation, all those typical things that we associate with health can help with lowering that cholesterol. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to shoot me a message, drop a comment below, remember, don't stop taking medication or start taking anything without talking to your doctor, but it's definitely worth having a conversation. So that's it for today. I'm Laura Campbell, the Director of Health and Fitness at Anytime Fitness in Easley and downtown Greenville, South Carolina. If you're local, stop by and see us. I'd love to meet you. See you next time.